Welcome to the evolution of the Philippine Constitution, a journey through time. Join us as we look at the fascinating history of the country's most essential document.
From the beginning of the revolution to the present, the Philippine Constitution has experienced many major changes. The Constitution has played an important role in creating our country's governance and identity. Let us now begin our journey and explore how it influenced our country's governance and identity.
Following their defeat by Spanish soldiers in 1898, the Katipunan were forced to flee in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, they drafted the Biak na Bato Constitution.
The goal of this alliance was to bring together the various revolutionary parties and establish an exiled government. The agreement was signed in San Miguel, Bulacan, in the home of Pablo Tecson, a Philippine revolutionary captain who serves as Brigadier General in General Gregorio del Pilar, Brigada del Pilar Military Force during the revolution.
After returning to the Philippines, Emilio Aguinaldo organized a constitutional convention in Malolos, which resulted in the application of the Malolos Constitution. Then, the first Philippine Republic was created with the adoption of this constitution in January 21, 1899.
The Malolos Constitution, or the Philippines' first constitution, which establishes the political structure and rights of the uniform Philippine Republic, including the recognition of people-centered sovereignty, the separation of church and state, and the guarantee of various rights for both Filipinos and foreigners.
Following the loss of the Philippine Revolution, the United States conquered the Philippines and established its own constitution known as the Philippine Organic Act. This act established a government led by an American Governor-General while excluding Filipinos from taking a high-ranking positions.
While the Philippines remained a U.S. territory, the Organic Act signaled the transition from military rule to civilian governance. It implemented democratic governance principles and extended Filipinos' rights. However, it's important to recognize that the ultimate aim of independence remains still several decades away.
The Jones Law, formerly known as the Philippine Autonomy Act, marked a key step forward towards the Philippine independence. So, the United States Congress passed it in 1916. So, laying down the foundation for the Philippines to become a self-governing country. So, the bill established a bicameral legislature and a Council of State comprised of Filipino and American representatives. So that is the Jones Law all about.
These mark a dramatic transition in the U.S.-Philippine ties from override colonial rule to a road towards self-government. It empowered Filipinos through increased political engagement and representation. It instilled optimism and aspiration of independence among the Filipino people.
The Tigers Map, the Free Act of 1934, also known as the Philippine Independent Act, established a 10-year transition period for the Philippine independence. It created the Commonwealth of the Philippines, which would govern itself by preparing for the full sovereignty. The act is set on July 4, 1946, as the Philippines get their full independence from the United States.
The 1935 Constitution of the Philippines established the framework for the Commonwealth of the Philippines by creating a presidential system with the president serving as the head of state and the government, and a bicameral legislature consisting of Senate and the House of Representatives.
It
also introduced a Bill of Rights to safeguard individual freedoms and civil liberties and outlined the process for preparing the country for the full independence from the United States, which was scheduled in July 4, 1946. Ferdinand Marcos' presidency December 30, 1965 extended his term by influencing 1971 Constitutional Convention and declared martial law via Proclamation number 1081 in response to rising demonstrations.
The 1973 Constitution of the Philippines was ratified through a controversial viva voce plebiscite involving alleged vote manipulations. It was also amended multiple times, introducing the parliamentary system and granting the president extensive power.
The 1986 snap election, marred by manipulation, led to the People Power Revolution, which resulted Ferdinand Marcos fleeing to Hawaii and Corazon Aquino becoming the president.
Following the Henzley Revolution, the 1970 Constitution was abolished. President Corazon Aquino established a revolutionary government under the Freedom Constitution of 1986, which granted her law-making powers until a new Congress could be formed. She then appointed a 50-member Constitutional Commission that drafted the 1987 Constitution, which was ratified on February 2, 1987 and took effect on February 11, 1987.
We've explored the evolution of Philippine Constitution through time. It's a history filled with important turning points and challenges. We hope that you gained insights about this important document of our history. Remember, its evolution significantly shaped who we are as a nation today.